Hello, dear viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about the Dravidian movement and its history. Let's begin. Hello, I am a global nationalist. I support nationalism in my country, India, and in all countries around the world. Today I'm going to be talking about Indian nationalism in general, and specifically, the topic for today is the history of the Dravidian movement. The Dravidian movement was a movement that began in the 1920s, which was started by a political party called the Justice Party, which advocated for the rights of the lower castes and reform of practices, social and religious practices that were against women. They wanted basically social reforms. And this movement was its first icon, its first major leader was E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, who is sometimes referred to as Periyar, but in this video I will not be calling him that. He started a movement and was basically wanting the caste system to be abolished. And so then after him came C.N. Annadurai, was his one of his followers. He became the chief minister of Tamil Nadu and supported reservations for lower castes and other issues. He was also very pro Tamil uh, language. He wanted uh, Tamil to be preserved and not to have Hindi imposed on the people of Tamil Nadu. Then came Karunanidhi, M. Karunanidhi, who was also chief minister of Tamil Nadu. He supported uh, the Sri Lankan Tamil homeland for the Sri Lankan Tamil population and also other issues. Then as now movement is headed by his son M.K. Stalin, who is the current chief minister of Tamil Nadu, who was also supporting this ideology. The reason I'm making this video is because of the remarks of MK Stalin's son, Udayanidhi Stalin, who said that Sanatana Dharma should be eradicated. And I want to talk about that, but with respect to the whole Dravidian movement. Let's get started. The Dravidian movement. What needs to be understood is that the Dravidian movement, while it started as a movement for all the Dravidian states at that time, all of the Madras Presidency, which includes modern day Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, it became confined only to Tamil Nadu. That's why I have the state of Tamil Nadu in this image. It was started by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. He was against Brahmin domination. He thought that Brahmins were dominating the jobs and government jobs and services, and that other castes were not given uh, access to these positions and felt that this was unfair. He also disliked the hierarchy in the caste system where allegedly Brahmins were above other castes, and so he wanted to uh, abolish this system by removing the position and power that Brahmins had. He was against the Vedas, the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Atharva Veda. He said that the Vedas are where the caste system comes from and says that in order to destroy the caste system, the Vedic religion has to be destroyed. So he was against Hinduism as a whole, and he was very infamously known to have destroyed Hindu idols and insulted Hindu gods. So yeah, he was very anti-Hindu, not just anti-Brahmin. He wanted a separate Dravidian nation called Dravida Nadu. This was because he thought that Dravidians were a separate race of in people, different from North Indians, and so he thought it would be better to separate. Siena Nadurai was basically his Sishya, and like I said, he followed in his footsteps but disagreed to some extent. He was against Hindi imposition. This was his first major political act- activism that he engaged in, where the central government tried to impose Hindi as the sole language for India, for Indian states to learn rather than English. They also didn't want. They also wanted Indian states to learn their own local languages, but they wanted Hindi to be the link language. And Tamilians were very against this because they thought it gave an unfair advantage to people who speak Hindi, and they preferred to speak English. Annadurai also ended separatist demands for Dravida Nadu. He was also support of independence. He didn't view independence in a negative light as E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar did. And he, after the Indo-China War, the Parliament passed a law which made secessionist ideologies illegal, and so he dropped the demand for Dravida Nadu. He supported intercaste marriages. He thought that caste shouldn't have any role to play in marriage and people should be free to marry anyone of any caste. Next came M. Karunanidhi, another chief minister of Tamil Nadu. He was also against Hindi imposition and he supported women empowerment. His many of his policies included supporting women's right to education, women's self-help groups, and women's financial progress, etc. He supported Tamil Elam, which is a demand about, as I said, from Sri Lankan Tamil separatists to have a separate homeland for Sri Lankan Tamils, separate from the rest of Sri Lanka. He supported this. M.K. Stalin. He is the current chief minister of Tamil Nadu and the son of M. Karunanidhi. He is against Sanatana Dharma. He views Sanatana Dharma as something that is different from Hinduism and says that it is basically a casteist religion and wants it to be abolished. But he still says that he's not against Hinduism. He is against casteism like other uh, the forebearers of the Dravidian movement. He doesn't think that uh, either any of the castes, such as or the Varnas, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, or Dalits, should be seen as different or unequal to each other. He is silent on the Tamil Elam issue. He has not come in favor of it or against it. He has just pretty much let the issue die down. It's no longer a major issue because the LTTE was defeated. So this is great. Wait, the Dravidian movement is a movement that I have major disagreements with. I believe that it is dangerous for the country because it paints Tamilians and all of South Indians as somehow different the rest of North India and Northeast India and seeks to separate them, which is not good for the country. It's against national interest and is quite frankly traitorous. So, as a nationalist, I'm automatically against it. But I do support other parts of the movement, such as its fight for equal rights for all castes, which I think is necessary. But I dislike where Dravidians, people who believe in ideology, say that the Hindu caste discrimination comes from Hinduism, the religion, or Sanatana Dharma. I wholly disagree with this thought and think that Sanatana Dharma does not advocate for discrimination on the basis of caste. In fact, Krishna says that everyone who prays to him, no matter of which caste, will get enlightenment. And so, this is from the Bhagavad Gita. So, I don't think Hinduism supports caste discrimination, but I do understand that Hindu society has had caste discrimination grow, and I think it needs to end. And I think that caste in not just modern day Tamil Nadu, but also modern day India is almost a dead issue that nobody really talks about. I've never heard anyone in my day to day life ask me what my caste is, nor have I ever asked anybody else what their caste is. Uh, and I don't know of anybody who's had an issue with their caste. And of course, there are still people who are discriminated on the basis of caste, especially, I guess, when it comes to college, where we get to know what our caste is by filling out the form in the college application. And then reservations come in, where we learn that people from lower caste get reserved seats, while people like me from the general category have to compete vigorously for the few remaining seats, which I understand several general caste students feels unfair. I too think it's not fair, but I think that it had a beneficial impact by raising the status of the lower castes. But I think we need to remove it, phase it out slowly so that there isn't anarchy. And we also have to make sure caste atrocities and caste discrimination is completely illegal in the country. Yeah, so progress has been made. You aren't going to solve this problem by hating and condemning an entire religion. That is not correct. And India being a multi religious country, the best way for, and since the dominant religion views all spiritual paths as capable of reaching the divine, one value that India must hold is respect for all religions. So we shouldn't tolerate insults or hatred towards any religion. Or if we do, then it should be towards all religions, not just to Hinduism, but to all. So there has to be a single standard for all religions. Either all religions can be hated on or none can. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Please share your thoughts about the video in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see other videos about Indian nationalism in general, click on this playlist. If you want to see my previous video, click on this video. If you want to see the sources I use for this video, click the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. Vande Mataram.